first we did this wrap and we got it shorter. Then we did this thing where you flipped it on the inside, and then you went into split time, so you came into your underhand buzzsaw. Okay, now, that's one inside move. Now, if you get into that buzzsaw, we can take that same buzzsaw and we can lie it down. So look at what I'm doing from this angle. I'm shifting the plane so that now that same movement is horizontal. Although I think the corkscrew that you know is the other direction. So let's try that again. So from underhand, I would want you to try and lay it down on your left arm so that you're going in counterclockwise. I would like to also add, I'm making this movement where I'm just, all you do is just shift the plane. I'm making that look much easier than it actually is. So if you're feeling like you don't have good control over it, let's do some drills. I'm a big fan of drills. They're good for making sure that you have control of things. So if we take your left hand, sure, we can, okay. So if we take your left hand, you're like this, and then you're gonna plane shift it down so that you get it horizontal like this. Now, what I'm doing is I'm letting it fall toward me, and then as the poi is coming across the bottom of the turn, I'm using my thumb to direct the energy force instead of straight ahead at a diagonal and at a droopier diagonal as I go until it's horizontal. And what I'm doing when it's horizontal is this, where I'm pushing forward and backward. Let's do this drill with the left hand, where what I want you to do is you're standing it up in underhand like this, but now I want you to lie it down on top of the left arm. And then notice how, I'm going to show you from this angle, notice how I'm pushing forward and backward. Yes. So you're really letting that elbow and that shoulder engage as well, and it's not all fingertip and wrist. Good. And now let's stand it back up. So you do the opposite, where you redirect the energy down and forward. Yes. And now let's drop it back down. Second set. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's stand it back up. And let's drop it back down. Third set. And it's flat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's stand it back up again. And fourth set, drop it down, drop it down, drop it down. And it's flat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's stand it back up again. And last set, let's drop it down. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stand it back up. Okay, now the second half is using the right arm, which for you is going to be probably a little bit weaker because it's your less dominant hand. So I'm going to stand this way so you can see what I'm doing over here. I'm still like this. However, for this one, I'm still dropping it down to the left, but you'll notice it goes under the arm. Now, watch my shoulder and my elbow. So when I'm here, my elbow is below my shoulder, right? You see that? Now watch what happens. As I'm plane shifting it, notice how much higher my elbow comes, and it's up at my shoulder height. And if anything, it's maybe a little above it because you're trying to make room underneath the arm. Because remember, the objective is to get to this. Here like this, we're in that vertical position, and then we're gonna lay it down on the left side, lay it down, good. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stand it back up. And then drop it down, 5, get it all the way down. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stand it back up. And then we're gonna drop it down again. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stand it up. And drop it down. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stand it up. And last set, we're gonna drop it down. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now I want you to try something I haven't had you do yet, which is you're going to take your left poi, and with your left poi short and your right poi short, you start your left poi in counterclockwise above your arm, so what you were doing a moment ago, and then you take your right poi underneath the right arm, and then you stack them like this so that you're actually doing the horizontal version of it. So remember, the left one you have to push front and back so that it stays more horizontal rather than vertical with that left hand. It's a lot of different things going on at once. For homework, here's what you can do. You can practice doing this maneuver. You're here, and then you tip it down, you tip it down, you tip it down, you tip it down, you tip it down. And now that you've actually tried it, I'm sure you can see there's a lot of subtlety in that, and it takes some time to really have the level of control that you might want. And then you can keep working that, but you can also, as a bonus, you can go the other way if you want. So you could go all the way. So tipping it down to the right, back to vertical, and then tipping it down to the left.